Iron! I want some iron. I fucking want some iron. Yes, yes. Lovely. Oh, I've already got enough iron. Never mind. Carbon. I want some carbon. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum. Yum. I like carbon. But I've already got some carbon. Fuck off! Where else can I go? Yeah, dude, I'm right there. Yeah, you gave me the coordinates. I'm at that spot right now. The big fucking rock that I'm mining. Yeah, can't you see it being mined? No? That's bizarre. Maybe we're in a parallel universe or something. No? Okay. Well, I'm nearly done here. No, sorry, I just thought I heard some footsteps. Well, hi guys, welcome to another review from Overbite Gaming. I am the majestic Snare, and this is
Lee.
As you well know. So Lee, what are we going to do today?
Today we are reviewing No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yay!
From Hello Games.
Hello.
I've already forgotten who they are.
Yes. Except that new Peter Molyneux bloke, Sean Murray.
Murray.
Yes,
okay.
him
Hello.
with the mouth.
If you're watching, Sean, sit down. Just sit down. Just calm and sit down.
Breathe.
So yeah, today we're going to be doing a review of No Man's Sky. You might have already known that from the fucking video title.
Yeah, it is a bit of a giveaway, if we're honest.
Yeah, but we want to spend some time giving you our thoughts on No Man's Sky. Or as Lee, you've dubbed it a different name, haven't you?
Yes, I referred to it in my first communique about the game to Snare as Old Man's Snore.
Yeah, you might get a gist of what we want to talk about. So let's get into it, right? So what is No Man's Sky?
It's shit. See you guys.
No, come back. Sit down. Sit down.
God damn it.
What is No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky is a procedurally generated universe where you go about mining things and flying a ship sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
There you go.
The game itself is a huge attempt at trying to produce something that's going to be special for everyone. It's just a huge, massive, probably true to life and barren landscape of planets, animals, ships, space battles, and mining.
Yeah, it's fucking special, right?
Can we say that? I don't know.
I've just said it.
Damn. Goodbye, subscribers. No, but No Man's Sky is pretty much, to me anyway, it's got a lot of problems. It tries hard, and then feels like it's not trying at all.
It certainly does. It has a quintillion worlds in it, and all of them made of boring.
Yeah, it does have an element of being very, very shallow. It's being shallow, but very, very wide. You've got all these, like I said, quintillion amount of planets, but each one is pretty much the same thing, with the same stuff, from the same parts. It doesn't feel like there's much depth there at all.
No, there's no sense of each planet being unique. I think is the problem.
So just, if you haven't actually picked up No Man's Sky yet, and if you haven't, well done. It's probably worth waiting quite a long time for this to come up. But in essence, the game starts you off on a planet with a ship, and you have to kind of repair your ship and leave and start exploring other planets. Great concept.
Yeah, they could have improved it by just skipping the repair ship part and just leaving right then. Just leave. Put down your controller and just...
Yeah. Well, in the first part of the game, you have to start mining resources as part of a... Let me just use a quotation. Am I allowed to use quotation marks?
Yes, this will be fine.
Tutorial. Because the tutorial doesn't really happen.
No.
You get a position where it's like, press this button to mine something, and then you get some basic things like, this is how to run, which sometimes is worthy.
Right 3!
Yes, that is a very good point. R3 on a control pad, certainly on the PS4 version or the joypad version on the PC, which I presume is the bit you
Yes.
actually played. R3 should never be run or sprint.
No.
It's not. It's just not the way things are done around here, Murray.
Stop it.
Stop it.
You're just being different for different sake.
Exactly.
Stop it.
And this is an example of so many design decisions that we don't understand why you've made them.
No, I mean, like holding down a button to select a menu option.
On
Why?
console, I can understand.
I can't even understand it on console.
No, I can understand it being on console. For a PC version, no, never. You got more control. So why are you making us do that? Anyway, so back to the game. Sorry, we'll go into that a lot later on. So the game involves you mining stuff in a tutorial, and then collecting things, repairing parts of your ship, and then leaving. And I remember when I first did that, it was actually quite good. I mean, I haven't. My PC's a little bit of a beast, and I didn't have too many problems to start with. There are people that have been moaning that the game doesn't start, that it's terribly single frames per second for most parts, or it'll jerk and jitter and glitch. I have seen some of that, even with my PC.
Yep.
And I think even Total Biscuit has mentioned that he was seeing terrible frame rates. And
On a 1080.
yeah, and he's well known for like SLIing massive cards in the past as well.
Yeah.
So he's definitely hasn't got a small rig. So it's not been optimised, but on the other side of things, how can you optimise for everything? Like being devil's advocate, you can't optimise for 1,000 million different types of PCs, can you?
No, but you could. I mean, we've seen games in the past that have been really well optimized, and they've not necessarily been like AAA titles, and certainly haven't received the amount of push that No Man's Sky has received. To release a game that buggy and such an obvious console port, because it is an obvious console port,
It is.
at full price is just ridiculous.
And what's funny is that it actually gives you an option in the menus to restrict the maximum frame rate to up to 120 frames per second.
Yeah, that.
Or was it 90? It's one of the high ones.
Yeah, it definitely goes up to 120. It may even be like no cap on saying as well.
Yeah, which is funny because it never reached that. So it's funny, but you've got the choice there. I mean, for me, once you've left that planet, that's kind of where you start to realise the repetitiveness of the game. It's grindy. You're doing the same thing on a different planet. It's like going to work for a week, a month, a year. Same shit, different day.
Yeah, it's very much that first hour is where you're going to get most of your fun because it's all stuff that's new.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, this is how I do that. I've mined this. That's pretty cool. Okay, now I've repaired that. Now I'm in my ship. Well, I've taken off. That's great. And it's only sort of when you spend longer times with those individual elements that you actually get to see the cracks that appear.
Yeah. The whole world and the whole universe just feels empty, which is not the kind of visuals we saw previously on any kind of trailer for No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it looked like fucking Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and there's a great video. You need to find it. I wish I'd had the link, but I'll try and put it down in the description below. There's a brilliant GIF I found of how this is compared to Jurassic Park and the actual reality of the game. Had me in tears of laughter the first time I saw it. So I'll remember to put this down in the description. So check it out. Don't leave us. Come back.
Yeah, after.
Yeah, after. You're allowed to have it after. It's like dessert. Okay, be good. So No Man's Sky. Yeah, you're going to get about an hour's worth of enjoyment at the most if you can run it at all on your PC. We can't speak about the console versions because we haven't played it on the consoles, but I have heard on Tinternets that it's a better experience.
One of us.
I just wanted it, and I wanted to play it with mouse and keyboard. And I've got to say, playing mouse and keyboard, it's difficult. The controlling method on that is very, very... it's a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. Certainly when you're trying to use the exploit of melee attacking, which I've never used.
No, never used. Except for when I wanted to go faster.
Exactly. So you run, melee attack, and then jetpack, which you have in the game to get up. Which is very important to not use too much. Because if you do go over a big hill or a cliff and you haven't got enough jetpack, you're going to land hard and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it like a bitch.
I wouldn't know what it feels like a bitch.
But yeah, the jetpack is quite a useful tool. The motion and running around and stuff, it doesn't really feel like there's enough like energy in that. You can only run for a very small amount of time. It does recharge quickly.
Yeah, the jetpack itself is very limited. You can upgrade it, but the upgrades are kind of a mixed blessing.
Because No Man's Sky is pretty much an inventory simulator.
Oh, yeah.
You will spend 80% of this game in your inventory screens, and that is not an exaggeration.
No, you're just shuffling things back to your ship so you can pick up more things, and then you realise that you haven't got enough of one thing, so you have to drop another thing, and one little tiny medal takes up the same amount of fucking 500 units of carbon. What the spec? I got better on my jacket!
They don't explain to you that the slots in your ship are for the the minerals and stuff. They can hold twice as much. So where you might not have enough inventory space, you might be able to fit 2 of your particular minerals into one space on your ship, but they never tell you that.
Yeah, and a medallion will take up 1 slot regardless.
Yep. Or a little Gek nip.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to be.
I just sell everything I find that's not a mineral.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bye.
So you will spend 80% of your time in inventory screens, which wouldn't be so bad necessarily, because some people like that kind of stuff, if the inventory screens weren't so fucking restrictive and fucking annoying.
Yep, you can't move. Well, we haven't discussed them yet, but the upgrades, once they're in, they can't be moved.
You have to dismantle and put them in a new
Rebuild,
slot,
yep.
which means you lose half the components you used to craft it in the first place.
Yeah, and there are actually bonuses for sort of having the systems that they're affecting along with the upgrades in like a row. But whenever you buy a ship, they're never in a fucking row. They're all over the place.
Yeah. Inventory screens basically mean that you're going to lose an inventory slot for something like an upgrade. So you lose space.
And space is at a premium already. Your inventory is tiny. Your ship's inventory is tiny. You can upgrade it during the course of the game by buying bigger ships or finding upgrades to your own suit.
But this is the point, you can't upgrade your ship. I haven't found anything yet where you can... I mean, you have 3 different types of inventory. 3! Why do you need 3? Anyway, so you've got your suit inventory, which is what, if you're mining, it will go into. You've got your ship inventory, and then you've also got your multi-tool, so your mining gun, which can also be transmorphed into a bolt shooting gun, and you have grenades. But in that, to have any of that extra stuff, you have to use up inventory slots in your multi-tool, or in your ship, or in your exosuit.
Yes.
And it's just irritating.
You know, it's like if you imagine trying to play Minecraft without the ability to craft chests. So in Minecraft, you're like, oh, I've mined all this shit, I'll put it in my chest, and then I know I've got a supply of it. Whereas in this, because your inventory is so limited, you're just like, what's the least valuable thing in there? Right, destroy.
Yeah, yeah. And after a while, you understand how common things are, but it does not relate to how common it says they are. Plutonium, for example, is a fuel used for pretty much a third of your ship stuff. So how to...
Some of your suit stuff as well.
Yeah, but how to launch your ship off the ground, you use up resources to do that.
Isn't that Thamium?
No, that's plutonium for your launcher.
What am I thinking of for the Thamium?
Thamium is your shields and...
No, it's not shields.
No, it's not shields.
Is it
Pulse engine.
Yes,
Yep.
there you go. We got there.
Really, we can remember.
We've only played 50 hours between us. Jesus.
But you basically have to use up plutonium, and plutonium is apparently very rare. But I haven't found the planet yet, or I haven't found it on there.
No.
So
it just fucking grows out of the ground.
It's a big fucking red crystal, and you can't miss it unless you're on a red planet.
And like you come across a planet where there's like plutonium everywhere, but it's not radioactive.
You just put it in your pocket. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just like crack.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Doesn't make any difference at all. So it doesn't really matter like what it says, how rare the things are. You will end up finding it in multiple places, and you find little nests of it in places, and you get to know where it's going to be. So instead of it being procedurally generated, it's following a massive rule of going, okay, put a cave in this bit of the planet, that's where it's going to be.
Yep. Except fucking zinc. Jesus.
Yeah, zinc is a plant.
Yeah. Apparently. I thought it was
and platinum.
Yeah, I thought they were metals, but no, they're plants. And we pick up our metal plants.
Yeah, comment down below if you're some kind of chemist or engineer and can tell us that platinum or metals can be in plants. Because I've got a feeling there might be in some plants.
Possible, but it's not helping our rant.
True. Let's get back to it. No fucking metal plants! Yeah, so stuff like zinc, it doesn't say that it's very rare, but it is very rare.
Yep.
And you end up, once you're getting a few more units under your belt, your currency, you can end up buying more zinc from people and trying to do it that way.
And you're sort of looking for zinc. I've never found like a field of zinc flowers. I've found like a little field of flowers, one of them zinc, all the rest are fucking carbon.
Yep. I don't understand the health as well, because you can find a health plant.
Yep.
Fair enough. Okay, that's quite common in games. Green herb.
Just crams it in his face.
But it's always, whenever I pick it up, it goes health at maximum. Yes. I don't know if my health was at maximum, or maybe my health is now at maximum.
No, it means that it hasn't had any effect on you, I think. But the thing is, it's like that is the only thing in the game which doesn't go in your inventory. You just use it straight away.
Yeah.
Why the change?
Yeah, there's a lot of changes in the inventory menus as well. So you've got like when you're using on the keyboard and mouse sort of situation, it might be the similar sort of thing on the joypad, but sometimes it's A and D to move between menus, and then sometimes it's Q and E. So W and D or Q and E.
No, I think it's the bumpers on the joypad.
Yeah, so depending on what menu you're actually using, it depends on what buttons you press. That doesn't make any sense. Why did you do that? Hello Games, why?
I think it's quite clear that there's a number of questionable decisions that have been made on this game. There are actual decisions. They've not been curtailed by lack of people or budget. They've actually decided to do something in an extremely questionable manner.
It's almost like they've built it backwards. So they've gone, oh, wouldn't it be great if we had this massive universe, and then tried to fit the game into that to stop it going away from what they originally wanted it to be. And that's resulted in a lot of things that just don't make sense, don't fit together, that pull you straight out of any immersion it was giving you at the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of instances in the game where you are being pulled to do things one specific way. The ship that you fly, you can't crash it into the planet, it won't let you. When you're being chased by pirates, you can't reach the top speed you were doing just a second ago before they were near you. So you effectively can't run away from combat. And in the early game, when you haven't got a strong ship, like 3 pirates will tank you.
And then it leaves a little grave, and they haven't taken anything.
No, so they're just there to be fucking annoying.
Yeah, just like the Sentinels, which are on every planet.
Every planet, all these undiscovered worlds. Not that undiscovered.
No, because someone's gone there and built a fucking flying robot. They can't be stupid.
And you know what? He's built an outpost as well, and he's still fucking in it.
Yeah. And then you just come along and name the planet.
It's like, alright mate, your planet's called this now. Nah.
So if you guys ever find a planet on No Man's Sky called Snaretopia, that was mine. Home planet.
I call mine Hugo Town in honour of the man that bought me this game and saved me the money.
But I wasn't one of the people that was massively hyped up and going, this game's gonna be amazing. I was just like, I'm really hopeful that it's gonna be amazing. Because it was coming out with a concept and a kind of just a massively wide universe, and maybe that could be done, and the same way that Elite did it back in the fucking 80s.
Well, the Elite Dangerous is still going strong, and it's a sight better than this fucking game.
Yeah, and the only thing missing of Elite Dangerous is being able to go onto planets.
Well, you can go onto planets now.
Can you?
Yes, but not on foot. You're in a little rover thing.
Oh, I should get back on that.
You have to buy it as an expansion.
We
moan about, I bought you the original game. Jesus Christ.
That's true. I have played it a few times, but we're not reviewing Elite Dangerous.
Okay.
But that brings me on to something about this game, and that is the amount of things or games this is drawn from.
Oh God, yes.
This has got elements. I mean, the inventory looks and acts like Destiny.
It is very reminiscent of Destiny, yeah.
It's just, even the size
With
of the
just
panels.
stupid circles and everything.
Yeah, it's just straight out of that, and I think that's where they've brought the
fill up the ring thing to hold down.
Pressing the button to hold down and do something.
Why, out of all the things in Destiny, admittedly most of which I didn't like anyway, but would you pick the shittest thing? Because that was probably the shittest thing. The inventory management.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's taking things from Elite Dangerous, from the kind of interplanetary space flight, a little bit of the battles, I should think, a little bit.
Minecraft.
And in terms of the animals, which we'll now discuss,
Yes.
and Spore.
Yeah, all the animals in the game are not very different from each other. It seems they have quite a limited pool of creature parts to pull from.
I don't think it's limited parts. I think they've got a lot of the same type. So, you can see this ridiculous bipedal, antlered, beaked, elephant trunk-legged fucking bird, but it's literally got no arms and it's going like waddling about, and you think, okay, that's interesting, but it's not an animal.
Nature would never be so cruel.
Yeah, that wouldn't survive. That would die.
Its own mum would kill it.
And I have seen one giant like beast, and it had kind of weird abomination type scales and rings on its back of its neck, but the only one I've seen is the one I've seen everywhere, and the big ones seem to be long-necked Diplodocus type things. Never see like a massive T-Rex style or anything else.
Is it Diplodocus or Diplodocus?
I think it's the same.
The same.
But yeah, the giant animals are not very common at all. I've seen one.
Haven't seen any.
I've seen fish, I've seen birds, I've seen animals on the ground, including a number of them, more than one, that look like a flaccid penis.
He knows what a flaccid penis looks like as well.
Because I have a penis.
A flaccid penis.
Well, thankfully for you, Lee, I have a flaccid penis right now. Okay?
I don't understand how. I'm sat right here.
Exactly. My point. But yeah, the animals, you come across some and you think, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, it's not even a thing. It's got no feet. It's bouncing along like a piece of cheese.
What the fuck was that analogy?
Well, the fact it shouldn't be alive like a piece of cheese, and if you threw a piece of cheese at the floor, it would bounce along like a piece of cheese.
Cheese doesn't bounce.
It does if you throw it hard enough. Anyway, listen, okay, I don't want to see any more flaccid penis creatures. Okay, probably because I won't be playing much more of this game.
Makes sense.
But I certainly don't want to see what looks like. If you remember in Red Dwarf, right, the series Red Dwarf, there was an episode with a Gelf, genetically engineered life form, that was basically a green blob with like an eye that someone's hand had gone through to be an eye like this. Right?
Yes, and she went dancing with Crichton.
Exactly, right? I saw something like that. But
Camille was the episode's name.
That's right, Camille. But that practical effect they did in Red Dwarf, okay, was probably 1,000,000 times better than the thing I saw, like jumping around like a piece of cheese on this planet.
She did have nice hips.
But the thing is, I just don't understand how these parts go together. So there's obviously some bits that won't fit together. So have they coded that in?
It's kind of random, I find. It's like you'll see something that looks like a cogent creature until you get to its head and it's like a frog or something. You're like, that looks weird.
It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, they don't look great. They don't move great. You can feed them and they can sniff out like truffles for you.
And they will follow you around until you inevitably leave the planet and leave your new mate behind.
Yeah. But I mentioned sentinels earlier. Sentinels are these annoying robotic creatures that if you mine too much in one place, or kill too many animals, or destroy the terrain too much, they'll come and investigate. Completely oblivious to the fact there's a big fucking humanoid character that's mining everything. They'll just go and have a look and scan, and then they'll go, oh, it came from over there. Let's go and look over there. There's someone. And in all this time, you can literally just load up your gun, get ready, shoot the fucker. There'll be another one. Shoot him, get some titanium, and collect their canisters. And that's how you farm titanium.
Pretty much. But what I find really frustrating about them is there doesn't seem to be rhyme or reason to what triggers them.
Yep.
It's like you'll be mining like a whole bunch of gold and nothing will happen, and then you'll like shoot a little patch of carbon or flour and it'll be like,
you can't have platinum from a flower!
We've established that. It is a rule.
See, we're ranting quite heavily on this game, and I think it does deserve it in those places, but the only good thing that I can really recommend this game for is one of those escapist therapy sessions of gaming you might want. So if you're into that kind of grind, and you can cope with glitching, which they might fix. We
Well,
don't know.
they have patched it, I think, twice now.
Yeah, no, I think a patch came out last night or whatever. So we don't know if the game's performing any better as of today, but certainly from release, we haven't had any patches till now. It hasn't been up to par at all.
No, I will say the one thing I liked about the game was the gradual way you learnt the languages of the
That
four
was
alien
nice.
races.
See, some people haven't liked that.
I did. It sort of dragged me in, and I was like just going around looking for like monoliths and stuff to learn more words. And then you're like, I got 40 words, and you go and talk to someone, and you know not a fucking sausage of what he said. And I'm just like, that was 2 hours wasted. Awesome.
Well, it does depend on what character you're meeting. Because there's like 3 different types.
No, he was the same type. I knew like 40 words of his language, and like he managed to come up with a completely original sentence that I'd never heard
But
before.
it certainly helps learning the language for some of the bits where you are shutting down an alarm or some of the outposts, which are on every fucking planet.
Yes. There is not one planet that is actually
Barren.
Yeah.
But it's so barren.
Yeah, but it's empty. It's not barren. You have like outposts and monoliths and signals and all sorts on every single planet you come across, but there's like massive vistas of nothing.
Well, one thing I have noticed in terms of the systems, so when you do eventually get your warp drive and go to different star systems, I mean, navigating the galaxy map is fucking terrible as well.
Oh, God.
You can't work out where you come from or you're going to half the time. But when you go to a new system, I think, I can't back this up with any evidence as such, but my anecdotal evidence is that if you go to the nearest planet to you when you warp in to a system, that'll be your easier planet. If you go out to the outskirts of that system, that'll be the more difficult planet. And a couple of times I've gone to the most outer point, and it would still take me about 3 or 4 minutes with my warp drive thing going on. My pulse engine, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to fill it up once doing that journey. But going to one of the outermost planets, I ended up on this extremely horribly radioactive planet with an extreme storm happening on it, which basically your protection can be modded with your inventory slot, and when that's gone, it'll start taking down your shield, your personal shield, and then if that goes down, you probably die. But it was a horribly extreme environment. The Sentinels were classed as
aggressive.
No, it was more than that. It was like
maniacal,
insane or something crazy, right? Extreme. But they didn't even bother checking things out. They went, there's someone taking platinum for a fucking flower. They just went for me straight away. And it would be constant if I was in one place, because they do respawn very quickly. It was just constant. I couldn't actually do anything on the planet without turning around, recharging the gun and shooting them again. It was irritating to fuck.
Yeah, and recharging, you have to recharge absolutely everything in the game, from your life support to your lift-off thrusters to your mining gun. Every single thing you need to use elements to recharge.
But it's not just your gun, right? You have to recharge your mining beam in your gun, your bolt caster, which is your kind of bullet style gun, and you have to charge up grenades and all that kind of stuff. You have to do individual things. If you're in the middle of a space fight and your shield deflectors go down or your shield protectors go down, you got to charge it up. So you got to come out of space flight,
come
out of the battle, go into the menu, find the thing, charge it up, choose which one to do. Do I want to use zinc or do I want to use titanium? Because I might need the titanium for something else. So I'll use. I haven't got enough zinc, so I'm gonna have to. And all this time you're getting shot to shit. So by the time you've done that and put it in, you come back and you have got half your energy left again.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. There should be a hotkey for doing shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, in any other game you have a key for a health pack, right? Sounds fucking simple, no brainer. Not in this.
No, not at all. Now we've been ranting for probably quite some time, and I'm gonna have to look at the list. We've written a list of rants. I need to look at this. It's on a shitty bit of envelope, so I won't push it on camera.
That's my electric bill.
Yeah, I'm going to show it. It's fucking on an envelope, but it's fucking tons. What have we missed, man? What have we missed? What have we missed?
What have we missed? We've done grindy.
Yep.
We've done constricted.
Oh, the pop-in. We haven't talked about popping.
We haven't talked about popping.
Popping!
Popping!
Right. Popping. Popping. Go ahead. It's your rant anyway.
Yeah, anyway, popping. It has the weirdest popping I've ever seen in my life. These normally things sort of just resolve out of kind of like a mist. This one comes in almost granularly. It's even when you're closer than you should be for it to pop in, it's still like writhing around in front of you. It's fucking awful, and apparently it comes from the consoles. I'm playing it on PC. Why the fuck have I got it?
We don't know. We shall never know.
Fuck you!
But I mean, whereas that is kind of probably a heavily built-in part of the game design, I really hope that Hello Games takes on a lot of feedback and patches a lot of stuff in this game. It's not even a good first attempt. It's like a see me after class, C+, try again harder next week. We need things like the menu positions and inventory stuff to be sorted. We need just stuff to be on the planets. I would like to see, and I've heard rumours about this, about bases. So actually having somewhere to stockpile your resources.
But this comes from the mouth of Sean Murray, the current generation's Peter Molyneux.
And yeah, just in case you don't know who Peter Molyneux is, he's the guy that promises the world and gives you a biscuit. Okay?
Acorn.
It's
your favourite weapon.
Okay. Right, but yeah, he's turning out to be one of those people. I really hope he doesn't. I hope he sorts himself out. And you guys are from the UK, you're letting the side down, man.
Yeah, all 13 of you.
Exactly, you're going to probably be bought by a massive company and get loads of money, but never mind.
Well, they've already got a load of money, so it's like, mission done, fellas, eh?
But look,
fuck it, done.
But look, at the end of the day, I admire people trying to do games like this. It's new and exciting, but this is feeling like a tech demo, and the popping stuff like that, it doesn't feel like it's done well.
Well, no, it's got poppin'. Poppin'.
But the thing is, like, this game, I could see myself playing it now and again, but I'm not going to... The only reason I've logged 20 plus hours in it is for the review, for you guys. I don't think, like you said this morning, that I don't think we would end up playing it as long as that.
No, I mean...
If we weren't.
I got it Friday, I played it 20 minutes on Friday, had fun with it because it was like the first hour and I was being fooled. Played it all day Saturday and I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of done with that now, but I better play it some more to make sure I get a rounded opinion.
Now, we know from a fact that games like Arkham Knight, which suffered terribly from the porting sagas...
I've heard a lot of complaints and a lot of comparisons, but for me personally, it wasn't as bad as Arkham Knight. I had a lot of problems with Arkham Knight.
And I had none.
And you had none.
But with this one, with No Man's Sky, I have had problems. Glitching, hitching, whatever you want to call it, it happens a lot.
Yeah, I mean, according to Mr. Murray, the patch that was released should address about 70% of the problems, but... we'll see. We'll take that with a pinch of salt, I guess.
But I don't want to see patching. I want to see fixing of stuff. I mean, patching to me would be like stability problems and glitches and stuff like that. Game breakers, that kind of problems.
Well, he has said that there will be DLC for the game. Initially, he said it would be 3, and then 7 days later, he said it might be paid for. So...
Right. So we've got an interesting couple of weeks and months to look forward to. But with Arkham Knight, they ended up going, we can't fix it anymore, sorry about that. With No Man's Sky, I really hope they choose to add some things into it. And if the DLC is free, maybe it'll become a game worth having. But at the moment, it feels like a tech demo that have gone, look what I've done! And it's not actually been very good.
No, it's an amazing achievement to do all this, but there's nothing to do in it. You've got like 2 or 3 things that you really do all the time, and that's it. It's just boring as fuck.
Yes, it's grindy. I mean, if you like grindy games, let's talk about who would like this game. Probably somebody that is able to completely turn off any sense of expectation. And you probably, if you like to do the same thing over and over again, if you're a fan of clicker games almost, like just doing the same thing over and over again.
No, I enjoyed Honeycomb Studio far more.
Yeah, but that's kind of pointing to the kind of person you are, isn't it? Yeah. But no, I would suggest that if you're the kind of person that likes to do the same thing over again, the grinding aspect, and doesn't get annoyed with inventory management going completely awry, and just...
Yeah, but the problem is, going without expectations, you can't do that because it's priced as a AAA game. So even from the price, you have an expectation of some form of quality control.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. I think a lot of people have mentioned the price point, and I agree with you. I don't think the price is valid at that point. Certainly, a load of people have done refunds. I think it's another refund gate.
Yeah, we've had quite a lot of those.
But it's a good thing. It's consumer power, and I'm all for that.
Oh, God, yes.
But I think it's another game that suffers from the kind of instant, you told me it was X, I've got Y.
Yeah.
So fuck off, basically.
Pretty much.
I think there's a part of me that enjoys playing No Man's Sky. But I don't know how to articulate it.
It's that sick, twisted part of him that lives in the basement and dines on fish heads.
Maybe. But it's the same kind of feeling I had with Destiny, but I haven't got the same reasons, because with Destiny I enjoyed playing it because I was playing with friends, and it was just playing socially. There's stories of people trying to meet each other on No Man's Sky and it's not happened, and they've been in the same place. Whether that's corroborated or not, I don't know. But
they have put a sticker on the PS4 box over the multiplayer.
Really?
Yeah, not actually on the plastic instead of on the inside, but apparently it's been. I don't know if it was strategically placed there, but it's over the multiplayer.
Cheeky. But you know, I personally have enjoyed the grinding part of it because I found a couple of exploits. So once you get a decent recipe, which you can pick up for certain things, you can go in and start basically producing and farming that by getting the pieces you need.
Yes, as long as you have an inventory slot free to use the recipe in.
But what I did do is built up loads of money and then went to as many star systems as I could, or go onto planets and find some shelters, as many as I could, to buy exosuit upgrades. So I have about like 30 slots in my exosuit.
Yeah, that helps, but it comes far too late. It should have been nearer that at the start of the game.
Maybe
or at
not.
least give you a receptacle which wasn't limited.
Or let you buy something that's a jump up, like an upgrade. Just buy an upgrade. What's wrong with that?
Well, technically you do that, but you have to find them, unless you're lucky enough to get the Atlas passes, where there's one on every space station.
Yes, that's exactly what I use it for.
Yes.
And you don't get told how to find that. It's very important. There's 3 versions of it, and I don't think people know how to get the second and third one.
And we both had to look up the first one.
Yep, we did. So, to bring this to a close, 'cause I think we've been ranting for a long time.
Oh, yes.
This game is it is not worth, in my eyes, the price at the moment. I would suggest waiting for patches, expansions, and the price to come down. And I would probably, if I had to mark this out of 10, oh God, that's tough, because I'd probably give it a 4. An honest 4.
Yeah, I would be much happier with the game if it was around £15 to £20.
Yep.
But they're charging like 40, 50 quid for it. No thank you. I'm super glad I didn't buy it. And I would actually also give this game a 4 out of 10.
Wow. So the whole dual viewpoint doesn't really work on this time.
Well, we're united in our hatred.
Hey, 4 isn't a hate, 2 is a hate. 4's kind of like really underwhelmed.
Yeah, but you go Bloodborne like a 2.
No, I wanted to give that much less. But guys, this game really isn't worth your money right now. If you've got this far in the review, well done.
Yes,
well
Jesus
done.
Christ. I don't think even I'm going to get this far when I watch it on my own account and buff the numbers.
Shh!
Oh, shh.
No, and all the views are us.
No, most of them are from our families.
But guys, thank you for watching today. To get this far into review of something that is probably a pile of poo, well done. And don't forget that we do actually release decent quality content every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday.
Good job.
Good job, good job. But not to Hello Games, because you suck donkey balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you shove one in your mouth and you can't get the other one in because it's so big.
I am not familiar with donkey balls.
But they probably had a donkey over their face, like when they were coding it. I think I've crossed the line.
The fuck?
But guys, thanks for watching the review. Thanks for spending your time with us today.
And thanks for having donkeys on your faces.
Yeah. But next time we'll be reviewing something awesome. I don't know what our next review is planned.
No.
Might be Deus Ex.
Might be Deus Ex, yeah.
Yeah, when that comes out. So
that's out next week.
We're going to have to get onto that and start playing it.
More money.
Yay! But guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and stuff and do things down below because it helps us out a great deal. Thank you very much. Lovely. Cheers. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
That is because he's spending 60% of his life locked in his fucking car shooting the same things over and over.
Okay, that's a good point. We'll come on to this now. So, in this game, we now have access to... I don't know if it was in the last game or not. I didn't play that one, but the risk is much higher as well.
Yeah, it's not just a PvP area either. It's an area that allows PvP, but there are AI enemies in there, and they're all hella tough. It's definitely designed for cooperative play in there.
Yeah, and I'd actually suggest